Alrighty everybody, what is good? Today, we're back. Today, I'm gonna film and make this a really quick video. Sore throat today, not at school. Today's Thursday, it's 2:43 p.m. on Thursday, which is why I'm making it clear I'm filming it now. Thursday Night Football hasn't happened yet. That won't be until 7:20 or so tonight. And right now it's 2:43 p.m. So that's still like 4.5 hours away. But I didn't have time to film it last night, and I didn't have time to film it Tuesday night. So today's my only available day, and because I'm home, don't feel good today at all. But here we go. I don't know if this video is going to be uploaded tonight. Otherwise, it'll be uploaded tomorrow. But I'm just letting you know that this pick is happening before the game. So it doesn't feel the best to talk, which is why I'm going to make it a quick video. I'm not going to talk a lot. For this one, I'm just going to kind of say the games and make my picks. I'm not going to give as in-depth as I usually do. So here we go. Pretty sure last week I also cut out announcers. I'm doing that anyways for the rest of the year because it was really not beneficial to this. But here we go. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Cincinnati Bengals here to kick us off. The Jaguars are coming off of a loss to the Arizona Cardinals. Cincinnati Bengals are coming off of, I know it was a win. Question is, who did they beat? They beat the Steelers. Oh yeah, that was a surprising game to me. TJ Watt did not play, but still I did pick the Steelers to win. As for this game, kind of an easy choice. Bengals are actually decent, so we're going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals to improve to 3-1. The Texans and Bills are in the next one. The Houston Texans are coming off of a loss. And that's about it. Oh, they lost last Thursday night to the Panthers. The Bills are coming off of a big win against Washington. They won, I believe, 43 to something. It's hard to go against the Bills with their high-powered offense that they got going, which is why that's who I'm going to go with. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bills, the Buffalo Bills to take the win in this game. The Chiefs and Eagles are coming up next. The Kansas City Chiefs are coming off of a loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. Interesting game. Chiefs are 1-2, but to me that's not really alarming at this point. Philadelphia Eagles, I actually do not remember. The Eagles are... Actually, where are the Eagles? Well, oh, they lost Monday night to the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott kind of destroyed them, and I have him in one of my fantasy leagues, so I was pretty happy about that. As for this game, I could definitely see a Chiefs rebound coming in, so that's what we're going to say. The Chiefs get back to 500, and this is going to be a very important game for them. Chiefs take the win over the Eagles. The Titans and Jets are coming up next. The Tennessee Titans are coming off of a win against the Indianapolis Colts. Julio Jones' status is in flux right now. He's questionable. So is A.J. Brown. They don't know what their injuries are, but it's an interesting note that both A.J. Brown and Julio Jones are both in flux at this point. The New York Jets are coming off of a loss to... Where are the Jets? Why am I so bad at finding teams? I actually can't find the Jets. Oh, they lost to the Broncos. Yeah, we're going to say even with the top two receivers for the Titans in flux, we're going to go with the Titans anyways in this game. Derrick Henry should have a good game rushing. He's been looking good recently, so it's kind of hard not to go with the Titans. So either way, we're still going to go with the Titans. I just trust them a lot more than the Jets. So we're going to go with the Titans over the Jets. This is by far the fastest I've probably ever filmed one of these videos. Colts and Dolphins, though, are coming up next. We just talked about the Colts are coming off of a loss to the Titans. And as for the Dolphins, they are coming off of unknown. I do not know. I believe they lost, but I cannot confirm. the Dolphins are confirmed coming off of a loss to the Raiders. I remember it was a close game. I believe the Raiders won in overtime. I believe it was in overtime. As for this game, Colts are 0-3, and that is important to note. The Dolphins, 1-2. I don't know. They're either 1-2. No, they're definitely 1-2. They're either 1-2 or 2-1. The Dolphins lost weeks 1 and 2, so that means they're 1-2. Yep. So between this game, home game is going to be the Dolphins. So we're gonna go with the Dolphins. It's just that the Colts here are 0-3, so this is an important game for them. But I don't see Carson Wentz coming up clutch for this one. We're gonna go with the Dolphins over the Colts. That is my team right there, the Minnesota Vikings. They're going against the Cleveland Browns this week at home. The Cleveland Browns are coming off of a big win against the Chicago Bears. They won 26-6, and Myles Garrett racked up, I believe, 4.5 sacks. Might have been 3.5. I do not exactly remember, but they had a lot of sacks on Justin Fields, and that's all I know. Pass rush is really good for the Browns, but the Vikings' offensive line has been looking better. Important to note that, let's just go through the Vikings O-line. How about that? Rashad Hill is the starting left tackle. Their backup is Christian Darrisaw, their first-round pick this year. He practiced full yesterday, on Wednesday. He practiced full for the first time in the regular season since becoming a Viking, as he's dealing with a nagging groin injury after having a second surgery on it. But they did, in the press conferences, they did make it clear that Rashad Hill is still going to be the starter, at least for this week. So that's not going to change at all. Then at the left guard is Ezra Cleveland, and he's been looking pretty good. Garrett Bradbury, again, you can say what you want about him. He's not always been the best. Garrett Bradbury's had his issues in the years. He was drafted in the first round in 2018 or 17. Is it raining out? That'd be crazy if it is. But yeah, so center is Garrett Bradbury. Right guard is Alissimaka Udo, or Oli Udo. He's been a training camp star, and he's been looking pretty good for the first 3 weeks of the year so far. Last but not least is right tackle, where they have Brian O'Neill, one of the best in the game, recently just got paid. And yeah, so Vikings offensive line, if they can hold the Browns pass rush, that's going to be important. Another thing important is that the Vikings defensive line can stomp on the Colts offensive line. Yesterday, the Browns offensive line had 3 out of their 5 starters that were either at a limited capacity or no capacity during practice, which is very important to note. Also, important injury news. I get that this is still going off yesterday's because today's hasn't been released. But Browns rookie corner Greg Newsome is out for this game, and that is important to note. I believe their number 2 corner is also out. Cannot confirm, but I'm going to look here and make sure there's no other injury news have been missing. But again, their offensive line for the Browns, that is a big point of note for this game. The Vikings running game, Dalvin Cook was limited yesterday, and yeah. So the Cook was limited yesterday. He didn't practice at all last week, and he also did not play at all last week. And yeah, I think that's really about it for their major injuries. No one else is major. But Vikings injury. Oh, here it comes. Let's go. We got Chris Thomas in here. Not practicing today for the Vikings. Corner Mackenzie Alexander, personal issue. Wide receiver Amir Smith-Marset, he also did not practice yesterday. Tight end Ben Ellefson, I don't think he was on the injury report yesterday. And back is tight end Tyler Conklin. He didn't practice yesterday, as well as there were a bunch of guys that also had vet days, so. Yep. It also says here that Dalvin Cook practiced today again. And seems like that's really everything that's major right there. Pretty sure it's raining out. So yeah, that's about it for that. As for this game, again, Vikings are coming off of a 30-17 win over the Seattle Seahawks in the home opener. US Bank Stadium was loud. It was raucous. My friend Max, the one that drew me that picture in my room, I'm not going to put the picture on screen because that's going to take a lot of work, and I don't feel like doing it. He was at the game. He said it was really loud. It was crazy. And hopefully it's going to be crazy again this week. Kevin Stefanski's return. As for this game, injuries is going to be a very important factor in it, specifically with the Browns' offensive line and Dalvin Cook playing or not. So, as for this game, I'm going to go with... Last week I picked the Vikings, and they did win. But this week, as a Viking fan, hate to do it, but I am going to go Cleveland Browns. I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns to win this game. I just feel like they have all the pieces they really need, but the spots that are important is their offensive line as well as their corner position. With Greg Newsome out, that is an important note. I just realized on the camera, anytime I do this, it reflects against it. But whatever. I'm going to go with the Browns over the Vikings, but I really hope I'm wrong, because I really hope the Vikings take the win. Let's check out the rain. Intermission break. Oh yeah, that's rain. If you guys have never seen rain, there you all go. That's crazy that's raining. When I started filming this video, I said 2:43. And right now it is 2:55. So that was only 10 minutes ago, and it was complete blue sky when I started filming, and there was no rain whatsoever. So that was kind of crazy that just popped up. But yeah, that's the end of your intermission break. I'm going to go with the Browns over the Vikings, and here we head into our next matchup. The camera's not really straight, but don't care. It is the Giants and Saints coming up next. New York Giants are coming off of a loss. They are 0-3. This past week, the Giants lost to the Falcons on a last-second field goal by Younghoe Koo. And they're going up against the New Orleans Saints, who are coming off of a win against the Patriots. The Saints are 2-1. So, as for this game, the 0-3 Giants are headed out. I believe this game is going to be in New Orleans. I haven't heard anything new about it. I will confirm my sources right now. But I believe this game is going to be in New Orleans. Again, the Saints have been hot and cold so far. They looked really good last week, and they looked really good in Week 1. But they also were not looking good against the... when they played Week 2 against... I forgot who they played Week 2. But they looked dead. Oh, it was the Panthers. So we're going to look up Saints versus Giants, New Orleans. We're just going to make sure the game's in New Orleans. I haven't heard anything about it being... Yep. Yeah, there we go. Have not heard anything about it. So that means it is going to be in New Orleans. For the first time this year, the Saints will be hosting a game in New Orleans, because Week 1 they were in Jacksonville due to the hurricane. As for this game, it is hard to trust the 0-3 Giants at this point. The Saints have been hot and cold, but I do trust another hot game for them. So we're going to go with the Saints to take the win. We've got the football team going up against the Falcons. Washington is coming off of a loss to the Buffalo Bills. Oh yeah, they gave up 43 points. I made an absolute mistake and played Washington's defense last week without realizing that they were playing the Bills, and I got negative 6 or 8 points. But I still did win in that league this week. And they're going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are coming off of a win, like we just talked about, to the Giants. Falcons have actually been kind of decent this year, but they also haven't really played great opponents. The Washington defense has not been good this year. I was really happy when I drafted them in my league this year. I was like, yo, we got the Washington defense. They're going to put up pretty good points for me. And so far, they have not really put up pretty good points for me. The Falcons here, Calvin Ridley. I don't even know how much he did last week. I got like nothing from him. I have him in 2 of my leagues. I have Calvin Ridley. If you guys are curious, I have 3 different leagues. So when I say I have this player and this player and this player, that's because I'm in 3 different ones. So so it's not like I have an absolutely stacked single team. I have a bunch of players spread out over 3. But Calvin Ridley did like nothing for me this week. And confirmed. Google, why aren't you loading? You serious? Google.com. Uh-oh, did we have an internet go out? Okay, well, guess that's not going to work because the internet, it says the site can't be reached. So, I wonder if that's due to the heavy, maybe there was like a storm or heavy rain somewhere else in the area and we just got the light rain. But for this game, do I trust Washington to bounce back? At this point, it's hard to pick them. So I'm going to go the crazy route, and I'm going to go with the Falcons to take the win over the football team. The Lions and Bears are coming up next. The Lions lost to the Ravens in one of the most Lion ways I've ever seen. 66-yard NFL record game-winning field goal by Justin Tucker. It was insane watching it. It was crazy. I thought that was insane. And they're going up against the Chicago Bears. Bears are coming off of a loss. They got kind of destroyed by the Cleveland Browns. Justin Fields was the starter at quarterback for this game. We do not know who's going to be starting for this one, which is interesting. Right now, Matt Nagy left 3 options on the table. Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, and Nick Foles. So, that makes it interesting. Who is going to be the starting quarterback? I don't know. And with that being uncertain at this point, I'm leaning toward the Lions. Also, it is any important injuries on either team here? I don't think so. Oh, but there is an important note. The Lions did release their veteran linebacker Jamie Collins this week. He was by far one of the best players on their team, and they released him this week. They were hoping to trade him. No one accepted trade offers, so they released him. And now, yeah, Lions are in rebuild mode, but they've actually not been bad, the Lions this year. I'm thinking about an upset. Final answer, we're actually not going to go with the upset. For one reason only, the game's in Chicago. If the game would have been in Detroit, I would have gone with the upset. But really all that's in question is who's going to be the quarterback. And if it's Andy Dalton, they're going to be fine. Justin Fields, I don't know. He was just kind of trial by fire week 1. And then there's Nick Foles, who Nick Foles kind of died, but thought about the upset, but we're going to go with the Bears after all. Either way, it is the Panthers and Cowboys. Panthers are 3-0. They took a win last Thursday night over the Houston Texans. The Dallas Cowboys are 2-1, are they? Cowboys are coming off of a Monday night win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys lost Thursday night in week 1, close game to the Bucs. They won against the Chargers week 2, and now they won in week 3, so they're 2-1. They're almost 3-0. As for this game, it's actually going to be a good match. But there is a very important note that I think we all know, and that is Christian McCaffrey will be out. I do not know the latest on how long his injury will be, but for me as a Vikings fan, I'll just say I'm monitoring the situation. The Vikings and Panthers play in week 6, and so that is an important note, as they've said he'll be out for a few weeks. So that is why Christian McCaffrey, it's important to Vikings fans on whether or not he'll be playing in that game. But, so that means that it's going to be Chuba Hubbard is going to be the starter. Yep, it says here, Christian McCaffrey not expected to go on the IR in the IR is a 3-week stay, for anyone that doesn't know that. So, let's just read one of the articles. Can you hear that thunder? Oh, that's 6 days ago. We're going to try to find the most recent one we can. Nope, not that one. We're going to go with this one, Panthers Wire. It says here, Christian McCaffrey, this is quoted from the Panthers head coach, Matt Rule. Christian will not be going on the IR. I would expect that we put J.C. Horn on at some point. He was also hurt in their game this week. Scott Fitterer will handle that. I don't know who he is, but I don't know the staff over there. All I know is the Vikings staff members. JC will have surgery and be out for a while, and as for Christian, we don't see in that light. So, McCaffrey, it says he won't be out too long, but he will be out for sure for this week, and he'll likely, I would say, be out next week. And as for week 6 against the Vikings, question mark symbol above my head, because I don't know. For this game, Cowboys have been looking pretty good this year, and even despite the 3-0 record, that doesn't necessarily dictate what's going to happen in this game. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys over the Carolina Panthers. Beginning now, I'm going to speed them up. We have the Ravens. They are, I believe, 2-1. I believe, who did they play week 1? I should confirm here. Hold up. The Ravens. No, they lost week 1. Oh, yeah, they lost to the Raiders. So that means the Ravens are 1-2 right now. Going up against the 3-0 Denver Broncos. But again, there's occasionally, if you've ever heard the saying, your record says what you are. That's really not true. Because the Broncos have played 3 pretty bad teams. And as for the Ravens, well, they played a close game week 1. In week 2, they barely won against the Chiefs, one of still the top teams of the NFL, no matter what people say. And in week 3, well, that was a lucky win, but they did deserve it for NFL record game-winning kick. They deserved a win for that. As for this game, at 1-2, we're going to say 1-2 beats 3-0. Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens over the Denver Broncos. So that means that I just picked the Panthers to lose, and I just picked the Broncos to lose. So I believe that means no more 3-0 teams. Those are the only 2 3-0 teams remaining. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to say both of those teams lose, so both of them get their first loss week 4. The Steelers and Packers are coming up next. Pittsburgh Steelers are coming off of a loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know if he'll be playing. He is listed as questionable. But overall, Roethlisberger has not been looking very good this year. And they're going up against the Green Bay Packers. Packers are coming off of a Sunday night win. Mason Crosby hit the game-winning field goal in Santa Clara for the win. As for this game, I like the Packers. Packers are looking like their 2020 selves, and the Steelers are not looking like their 2020 selves. This game is in Green Bay, which is also important to note, and that's why for me this is actually going to be a pretty easy pick. I'm going to go with the Packers over the Steelers. By the way, the Ravens-Broncos game was a late game, and this is also a late game, as will the next 2. Packers over Steelers. The Cardinals and Rams are coming up next. Cardinals are coming off of a win. Wait, they're 3-0. Never mind. We found another 3-0 team. Cardinals are 3-0. They're coming off of a win over the Jaguars. The Rams are coming off of a win over the Bucs. Like I predicted last week, I said upset pick. Rams beat the Bucs, and I called it. It happened. Rams are actually looking like a Super Bowl contender. And that's why it's actually going to be a pretty easy pick for me. Even despite the 3-0 Cardinals, we're going to have another 3-0 team lose. I'm going to go with the Rams over the Cardinals. Seahawks are 1-2, and the 49ers are 2-1. The Niners took their first loss of the year against the Packers this past Sunday night. The Seahawks played my team, the Minnesota Vikings. Again, keep in mind that the game score was 30-17 Vikings win, but watching it honestly wasn't really that close. In the first half, the Seahawks air attack dominated the first 2 drives. Well, really, first 3 drives. The Vikings defense was not good to start the game. They jumped out to a quick 17-7 lead for the Seahawks, and after that, the Vikings defense basically shut them down, and their offense just kept going, and the final score was 30-17 after they scored 23 consecutive unanswered points. As for this game, Seahawks are actually struggling, which is kind of crazy to say, but I mean, it's kind of true. This could actually be a down year for Seattle at this rate. In the San Francisco 49ers, they're only climbing up. They just lost to an NFC contender, being the Packers, and that's why it's going to be a pretty easy pick. I'm going to go with the 49ers over the Seattle Seahawks. For every football fan in America, this is the best game of the entire season. Sunday Night Football, Bucs, Patriots, Tom Brady returns to Foxborough. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a hyped-up game, and it is also going to be a Bucs win. Yep, you heard it. Bucs are coming off of a loss to the Rams like I predicted. The Bucs are 2-1 on the year. The Patriots are coming off of I don't know where they are, guys. I can't find them. Nope, they're coming off a loss to the Saints. Even despite it being a home game, Tom Brady's going to come back. He's going to light it up. He's going to do great for my fantasy team. Easy pick in a great game. Bucs take it over the Patriots. This game is to close out the week. Raiders and Chargers, AFC West battle. This is actually going to be a good one. The Raiders are 3-0, I believe. I just realized there's 4 3-0 teams when I just said there was 2 like a few minutes ago. Chargers are 2-1. Yep. Games in LA. I like the Raiders. You know what? I don't need to say much about it. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going with the Raiders over the Chargers. I don't need to say that much about this game, and that is going to do it for the week. Thanks for watching. And yeah. That's going to do it for week 4 predictions. Comment your thoughts down below. That was a bad voice crack. Comment down below. Get better soon. Because I really hope I do feel better soon, because I don't want to have to miss school tomorrow also. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a good night. Peace out. SKOL Vikings. Goodbye.